Happy Monday. I hope you had a very happy Easter. You're ready to go for the rest of the year. I have a question for you, and it really kind of has the sort of connection to Easter. Do you want to be a sanctuary city? Do you want to be a sanctuary state? How about a sanctuary neighborhood? Sanctuary is a very popular phrase these days, and actually it's popular with everybody but the city leaders. They try to put everything together to be a sanctuary city without actually saying they're a sanctuary city. Why do they do that? Because our president has promised to punish anybody who pretends to be a sanctuary city. So our own state senator, Ricardo Lara, is looking now to have us be a sanctuary state. He and a couple other guys up there in Sacramento have decided that we're going to teach Mr. Trump exactly what it's like to be in California. Now, I got to tell you, I've got a little problem with that. And here's why. Because of at least the language that's in there now, basically says that any law enforcement agency inside of California can't even talk to the Immigration Service. Now that's a little bit beyond the pale, I think. You know, we talked about this a little bit a month or so ago when the city, Long Beach that is, decided to put some things in place to try to make sure that we aren't just throwing people under the bus and sending them back to Mexico or wherever. The key there was that they were saying our police officers couldn't just ask everybody for their papers and then hold anybody that didn't have papers until ICE showed up to pick them up. There was a lot of misconceptions then. A lot of people thought that meant that we were going to be letting serious criminals loose because they didn't have papers. That wasn't the case at all, and it isn't the case today. Somebody who's a rapist, a murderer, who's in jail because they think they're a hit-and-run person, or even an assault with a deadly weapon, they're going to stay in jail, they're going to face their charges, and then they're likely going to get deported. That's the way it's supposed to work. The other side of it is, when somebody gets stopped for a traffic ticket, or gets a parking ticket for that matter, the cops aren't going to spend their time looking to see whether they are legal to be here in the United States. And they certainly aren't going to take them and keep them for the Immigration Service. So there's a balance there. I always like balance. I think that's the way we need to go. And I hope our state understands that as well. It's hard for me to believe that Jerry Brown would ever sign the bill that's situated the way it is today. I think, and I'm just guessing here, I think that bill's going to change quite a bit before or if it ever gets to the governor's desk. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to be a sanctuary neighborhood? Are you going to be a sanctuary church? Are you going to be a sanctuary home? That's up to you, just as it should be. Thanks.